Hey guys, I want to share an interesting story. My wife and I, rather an interesting experience my wife and I had when we were living in upstate New York. And um, yeah, it all started one day. We were kind of at the local market, just kind of sitting in the cafe. I went off to the restroom, and my wife was just kind of waiting for me to come back. And she kind of told me later on that this guy approached her, kind of a little scruffy looking, didn't feel like he was that well educated, kind of we end up sizing each other up, and that was her kind of assessment of him, right? And she was worried that this was not going to be a very pleasant interaction, right? And so he comes up to her and says, are you Muslim? And she's like, yeah, I'm Muslim. And then his next question is, are you one of the good ones or one of the bad ones? And she's like, oh crap, this is not going to end well. And she's like, quickly, she's looking over at the towards the bathrooms, like, oh God, Jaunty, get your butt back here before something bad happens. And so she just answers him honestly. It's like, look, I don't know if I'm good or bad. I try to be good, but God's gonna have to judge that. And then they kind of I think I ended up coming back around that time, and I joined the conversation, and my wife got me caught up, um, and he asked, and when my wife shared that question, I basically had the same answer, and he's like, no, I think you guys are good. It's like, okay, why is that? Well, you dress more like Americans, and the way you speak, I kind of like you guys. And it was, and we were like, look, none of us can say we're completely good or evil. We're all trying to do our best. And he just kept insisting, like, no, you guys are good ones. You guys are the good ones. And it was an interesting interaction because it started off with us being very judgmental towards him. Even when I came back to the table and I saw him, I was thinking the same thing my wife thought. I was like, oh God, this guy's just kind of creating trouble. He's going to get into a fight or argument with us. This is not going to end well. To our surprise, he was very reasonable and actually generous in his assessment of us. And it was, we could have easily been very offended. We could have easily, hey, are you one of those racist white people? Are you, like, how dare you come to us and ask us this kind of question? But we just kind of took it at face value. Somebody who's curious and really wanted to know, was afraid, was concerned, and wanted to understand something that he didn't know. And we took it at face value, and approached him in the same with the same respect he kind of approached us, just the questioning, and the interaction went well. I mean, maybe some could have said it could have gone worse, and then we would have had a different assessment. But I can't help but think that just giving other people the benefit of the doubt really does a lot towards calming a situation down. Like, when we get heated, when we get upset, that causes the other person to get heated and upset, and it just escalates things. And it really has no benefit in the end. Whereas, just kind of taking something that's maybe a little bit insulting and just being patient with it, and seeing where it goes, it actually paid off for us. And, it also, forced us to confront our own biases. Just looking at him, we had a certain understanding of what kind of person he was and how he was going to interact with us. And that was also based on ignorance. Um, and so, we were kind of forced us to even to like reevaluate our own lives and how we approach each other, or how we approach others rather. And um, I just wanted to share that. I don't know what to take away from it. I do think it helps to kind of have a conversation with those who are different from us. We're living in a world where we can be in a bubble, go to social events with people like us who think like us, visit friends who think like us and have the same opinions as us, watch news and go to websites that like kind of reiterate the very thoughts that we have, and rationalize them for us. I think the real challenge is in getting out of that comfort zone. If we want to see a better world, if we want to improve kind of the direction our society's going in, we have to have these uncomfortable interactions. And I think what it does each time we have one of these and it's successful, it just reaffirms our faith in humanity, that there really are good people out there. And I hope, this kind of spurs some sort of conversation and rethinking. But, again, share your thoughts. Love to hear what you have to say. And, best wishes. Bye-bye.